Come in. Your calm English journey begins.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Calm English Studio. I'm Emma, and Leo is sitting right here with me. Before we start, take one slow breath just to arrive here. And if you enjoy these calm English moments, you're always welcome to stay connected. A gentle subscribe or a small like helps us know that these soft conversations truly mean something to you. And if you want extra support today, we prepared a gentle PDF guide for you. It's in the description. You can follow it after each part to review the expressions slowly without pressure.
Hi, friends. We're really happy you're here. All right, Emma, before we pressed record, you said something happened to you this morning. And you had that look, the I need to tell you this look. What was it?
Yeah, it was one of those moments. So I went to the little cafe near my apartment, the quiet one with wooden chairs and warm yellow lights. I order from there almost every day. But today, the barista looked at me, smiled, and said, "Good morning, what can I get for you?" A normal question. Easy, familiar. But the moment he said it, my mind completely froze. Like someone unplugged the power from my brain. No words, no reactions, just a soft, floating inside my head.
Wait, you froze? Emma, you talk in English even when you sleep, I think.
Please, don't expose me like that.
I mean, are you telling me the English queen of this studio got nervous just buying coffee?
Yes, and honestly, it surprised me so much. My heart did this little jump. My hands felt suddenly warm, and I had that tiny, embarrassing thought, oh no, say something, anything.
That feeling is so familiar. And I think a lot of our listeners just sighed in relief, like, okay, it's not just me.
Exactly. And that's why I wanted to talk about this. Because the fear didn't come from the English, it came from the moment. I wasn't ready. My mind was in relaxed morning mode, and suddenly someone invited me into a conversation. My emotions arrived before my words did.
It's like you're sitting quietly, enjoying your coffee, and someone suddenly opens the window and lets a gust of wind in. You need a second to adjust. Your body reacts before your brain understands what's happening.
Yes, that's the exact feeling. And I think many learners blame themselves too quickly. They think, I studied, I practiced, why am I still nervous? But emotional reactions are faster than language. Your brain wants safety before it wants grammar. Your heart responds even before your vocabulary can show up.
And that doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. This is something even advanced speakers go through, and something I still experience when I switch languages unexpectedly.
Me too. Sometimes you're totally fine practicing alone, but when someone talks to you in real life, the timing feels too sudden, and that tiny moment of panic freezes everything.
So today, we're going to explore that gently. Why these moments happen, why your fear shows up in surprise moments, and how you can feel calmer when English appears out of nowhere during your day.
And remember, the PDF in the description has soft examples you can practice after every part. Use it slowly, at your own pace.
All right, let's begin this warm, slow journey together. You know, after hearing your cafe story, I keep thinking about how your fear showed up before your English did. And that's something so many learners experience too. Not because they don't know English, but because the moment catches them off guard. The timing hits too quickly.
Exactly. It's interesting, isn't it? You can practice English alone and feel confident. You can talk to yourself, read out loud, listen to podcasts, and everything feels peaceful. But the second a real person speaks to you unexpectedly, your whole body reacts. Your shoulders tense, your breath shortens, your thoughts start running even though your mouth hasn't moved yet.
It's the body's old instinct. Like it says, whoa, something is happening, even when the situation is completely safe.
And that's why I call it emotional timing. Your mind wasn't prepared. Your focus was somewhere else. And suddenly, you were invited into a conversation you didn't expect. So your emotions rushed forward first, like they were trying to protect you, while your English was still slowly waking up.
I felt that too. Once, a tourist asked me, "Excuse me, where's the train station?" Simple question. But inside my head, my thoughts were like train, station, directions, human, words, help.
Leo.
I know! I sounded so confused even though I knew exactly what to say. My English wasn't gone, it was just late to the party.
And that's the part learners often forget. Your words are there. They're just lining up slowly while your emotions sprint ahead.
Yes, it's not a knowledge issue, it's a timing issue.
Because switching languages takes a second, and life doesn't always give you that second. So your heart jumps in first, and your English arrives afterward, a little shy, a little delayed.
But delayed doesn't mean weak, and it definitely doesn't mean you're bad at English.
It just means the moment surprised you. And everyone gets surprised. Even native speakers freeze sometimes when life talks too fast.
The beautiful thing is, once you understand this, the blame starts to fade. You stop telling yourself you forgot everything and start realizing your emotions were simply louder than your words.
And when that happens, something inside you softens. You begin to speak from a gentler place, a calmer place, a place where fear doesn't have to run ahead of your mouth anymore.
And the next step is learning what actually happens inside your mind in those moments, why the words feel stuck, why your mouth can't keep up, and why your thoughts suddenly feel too big for a simple sentence.
Because once you understand that, everything starts to make a lot more sense. You know, when fear arrives before the words, something else happens inside the mind too. Your thoughts begin to move faster than your voice can follow. It's like the ideas are running, but your mouth is walking.
Yeah, it feels a little unfair, right? Inside your head, there's a whole sentence ready to go, clear, complete, almost perfect. But when you open your mouth, nothing comes out. Or just one tiny sound like a soft, floating in the air.
And the moment that happens, you feel this wave of pressure. Like the clock is suddenly ticking louder. Your brain goes, say something, anything. But your mouth is still trying to catch up, looking for the first word in a drawer full of half-open memories.
I used to think something was wrong with me when that happened. I thought, why can I think so clearly but speak so slowly? But now I know, it's just the brain-mouth delay, a completely normal thing, especially in a second language.
Yes, Your brain is full of thoughts, emotions, memories, and the English you've learned. But when the moment is sudden, your mind tries to do everything at once. It tries to protect you, search for the right words, manage your feelings, and keep you calm, all at the same time.
That's a lot of jobs for one brain. No wonder it needs a second.
Exactly. And that tiny delay, that half second of silence, can feel huge to you, even though the other person barely notices it.
Sometimes you might even think, oh no, I'm too slow. But slowness isn't the enemy. What really makes it hard is expectation. You expect yourself to respond fast, sound correct, sound confident, sound natural, all in a moment that surprised you.
And when those expectations stack up, your voice gets smaller. You want to speak, but your emotions don't give your mouth enough space.
It's like trying to pour water into a cup that's already full. There's no room for the words.
But if you could slow the moment down, even just a little, your thoughts and your voice would finally move together. They would meet in the same place at the same rhythm.
And here's the good news. There is a way to slow the moment down. A tiny technique that gives your brain the extra second it needs so your English can show up calmly, without that rush of panic.
It's simple, gentle, and surprisingly effective. And it can change the whole feeling of speaking.
Let's take a soft look at that.
In the last part, we talked about how your thoughts run faster than your voice, and how your emotions often step into the moment before your English does. But here's the comforting thing. You don't have to fight that feeling. You just need to slow the moment down so your brain has time to arrive.
And that's where something I really love comes in. A tiny, simple technique I call the soft interrupt. It's not really an interruption, it's more like gently placing your hand on the moment and saying, hey, slow down. Let me breathe.
Yes, a soft interrupt gives you space. It tells your emotions, it's okay, I'm here, and tells your English, you're safe, take your time.
And the best part? It sounds completely natural in conversation. People use it in every language. We just forget we're allowed to use it in English, too.
Let's try a few. Imagine someone suddenly asks you, hey, how's your day? Instead of freezing, you can softly say, give me a second.
Or, one moment, I'm thinking. It sounds calm. It sounds human. And it buys your brain time to wake up.
Another one I like is, let me find the words. It's gentle, honest, and it slows the emotional rhythm immediately.
You don't need a perfect sentence. You just need a gentle bridge. A tiny phrase that carries you from panic to presence.
Here's a fun example. Leo, ask me a question suddenly, like you're surprising me in a hallway.
All right. Emma, what did you do this weekend?
Wait, let me think. Okay. Right. I went for a walk by the lake.
See? That first soft moment changed everything. Without it, the sentence would have been stuck behind the fear.
And here's a secret. You don't even have to mean the soft interrupt literally. Sometimes I say, one sec, even when I already know what I want to say. It just relaxes my voice.
Yes, it signals to the body, we're not in danger. This is just a conversation.
And people appreciate it. Softness makes communication feel warmer. It brings both sides into a slower rhythm.
There's one moment I'll never forget. I tried using a soft interrupt once, but I think I used it a little too softly. I said, let me think. And the person waited and waited, and I realized I forgot to continue.
Leo, that is not a soft interrupt. That is a nap.
Hey, at least I was calm.
And that's the whole point. Calm makes English clearer. Calm makes speaking easier. Calm gives your words room to breathe.
And once you master this gentle pause, you can finally practice speaking without the pressure of speed.
Which is why, in the next part, I want us to do a little mini practice together. Something simple, soft, and perfect for beginners. A small conversation loop to help your English and your emotions walk at the same rhythm. So, now that we've talked about soft interrupts and how they create space for your English to arrive, I think it's the perfect time to try a little practice together. Nothing difficult, nothing fast, just a quiet loop you can follow with us.
Yeah. Think of this as a tiny conversation where you don't have to impress anyone. No pressure, no perfect grammar, no rushing. Just voice. Soft, steady voice.
Let's begin with something very simple. Leo, ask me a question like a friendly stranger would.
All right. Hey, how's your day going?
I'll start with a soft interrupt. Let me think. It's been good. Slow, but good.
Beautiful, calm, human. Now I'll try. Emma, you ask me something.
Leo, what did you do this morning?
Uh, one moment. I went for a walk. Just a short one.
See how gentle that feels? No rush, no panic, just giving your thoughts a small, comfortable bridge to cross over.
And now it's your turn. Yes, you, listening right now. You don't have to speak loudly. You don't even have to speak perfectly. Just answer softly, like you're talking to someone you trust.
Here's your question. How are you feeling today?
Take a tiny pause. Use a soft interrupt if you want, and then say whatever comes out naturally. I'm okay. I'm a little tired. I'm feeling calm. Anything is fine. Your answer doesn't have to be deep, it just has to be yours.
Let's try another one. What did you do this morning? Take your time. Let the words appear slowly. Even if your answer is short, that's completely okay. Short is honest. Short is human. Short is enough.
I love this little loop because it teaches your brain a new rhythm, a softer one, a rhythm where fear doesn't get to be the first one speaking.
And when you build that rhythm, even tiny conversations feel easier. It's not about sounding fluent, it's about feeling safe while you speak.
And that feeling, that quiet confidence, is what creates real progress. Not big dramatic changes, just small, gentle wins that stack up over time.
Speaking of that, there's something important we want to share next. It's something learners almost always misunderstand. And once you see it clearly, your nervousness starts to loosen in the softest, most surprising way.
It has to do with where confidence really comes from. Not the big kind, but the tiny kind that grows quietly inside your daily life.
Let's take a slow walk into that together. You know, there's something we didn't say out loud yet. Something very important about learning to speak gently.
Yeah. People think fluency grows only when they push harder, study more, speak faster. But the truth is almost the opposite.
Right. Real growth often begins when you finally give yourself permission to slow down and listen to your own voice.
Because your voice, your real voice, isn't born from pressure. It's born from comfort, from breath, from tiny, brave moments where you choose gentleness over speed.
And every time you do that, your English doesn't just improve, it becomes yours. Not a performance, not a test, a companion, a quiet part of your daily life.
So if your voice shakes, or your words come slowly, or your thoughts feel messy, that's okay. Messy is human. Slow is human. You are human.
And you're learning beautifully. Not loudly, not perfectly, but beautifully.
So when you finish this episode, take one small breath and whisper something gentle to yourself like, I'm learning, or I'm trying, or I'm growing.
Because you are. In quiet ways. In ways that matter.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing a soft path in a world that is always rushing.
We'll see you in the next episode. And until then, be kind to your voice. Be patient with your English. Be gentle with your heart.
See you
See you
soon.
soon.